What's up, everybody? We're live. How's it going? Welcome to episode 1 of the Epic Home Haunts podcast. This is the first time we've done this, and hopefully we're going to keep on doing it. My name is Josh Quillen. With me here is
Andrew Van Dyke.
And welcome to the first one. This is live. This is the first time we're doing this. So I guarantee there's going to be problems. So please bear with us. This is the first time we're using the system. Everything is new. It's crazy. If you follow us on Instagram, you should. It's Instagram. Oh, it's at Epic Home Haunts. We've been posting pictures of this like bonkers 3 GoPro crazy live stream setup. It's a little insane. So yeah, we're here. We're live. We're doing it. If you guys want to leave us some comments in the chat, we will be checking that all night. Yes, VR Master, this is live.
Yeah, it is.
And hi to Realms. What will be your nightmare? What's up? And hey, Van Oaks. What's up, guys? How are you? So yeah, we will be here for a little shorter than what a normal episode will be. Let's actually talk about what this podcast is and what in the heck we plan on doing. So Epic Home Haunts podcast is kind of a way for us to every single week continue the conversation from this thing, from the film that we spent 6 years making. It's way too long.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a time-consuming part of your life, wasn't it?
Yeah, Andy was there for the entire time and saw it go from this bonkers idea to a literal thing. And yeah, so this is a way for us to keep that conversation going, continue to talk to home haunters, discover new home haunters, and just keep Halloween alive all year long. We're obviously starting right at the beginning of haunt season, which we'll get into in a little bit. But this live stream is going to be something that happens every single week. We'll get into how you can watch it in a little bit because that's going to change. It's not going to be fully public always, but it will happen every single week. And then we're going to have an edited version of the podcast that will come out probably on Wednesdays. We're not 100% sure yet. We still have to submit this first one to all the platforms and like get approved because that's hasn't happened yet.
Cross your fingers.
Obviously. Yeah. So hopefully that happens. What's up, William Curry? Good evening. Yeah. I look forward to learning about some home haunts as well. See, it is live. I have my iPad down right here. You guys can't see it.
just a random spot.
Yeah, it's like down here. This is the top of Andy's laptop. My iPad's down here. Yeah, we are doing a lot. There's a lot of things going on. Kind of wanted to use this time for this first episode to discuss everything that's been happening. We've been planning to do a lot of stuff, and things have gotten in the way. Namely, a little pandemic that's been happening. That's kind of
just a little one.
Oh God, it's been rough, but we are pushing through, and we're gonna announce a few things today. So that'll be exciting. Again, leave us some comments in the chat. We want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you guys want to what you guys want this podcast to be, because this is a community podcast.
It is.
And what you guys want us to talk about. So this is sort of like a town hall, I guess, first episode.
Yeah, I would say town hall fits the bill.
Right?
Honestly, it really does.
So we want to learn from you. We want to tell you guys what we have planned and see what we can all make together. I'm rocking, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm rocking a Home Haunter shirt today. This is Grimwood Hollow. We filmed a couple years ago. Videos on our channel on YouTube. So guys, go check out Grimwood Hollow. They're insane. It's a yard display that's beyond anything you've ever seen. It's bonkers. It's absolutely insane. You weren't there for that one when we shot last year, right?
No, I wasn't actually. I'm actually kind of sad about that.
That was just it was Annette. It was your wife was there.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
at least my better half was there to represent for me, apparently.
Yeah, you had to work for that one. But the Grimwood Hollow is insane. It's the entire yard. It's up the driveway, but it's just the lighting and the atmosphere and the music. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. And they sent me a shirt, so I had to support it. But there's a ton of other home haunts. Speaking of our YouTube channel, you guys should go check it out. We have 2 more videos coming out. There is a full mini doc of Rotten Apple 907 from not last year, but the year before. I don't remember what the haunt was called, but it was like the sunken ship Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken thing was ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
when you pull up to the front yard and all you see is a massive Kraken.
It's
I'm
insane.
sorry.
Well, they built the whole like front
ship.
part of a ship.
Yeah.
It was
And a plane.
There was a plane.
There was a plane.
That's right. There was an entire
It was
plane
like a Cessna or something. I don't
on
know.
top. I mean, they all built it. Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And what's crazy is they built all that stuff for the entrance to Hall of Shadows from Midsummer Scream that year,
Yeah.
and then just took it and like repurposed it for their own haunt.
I mean, yeah, anybody who's willing to cover up their pool for a haunt is pretty
Yeah.
out in California.
So when you guys
valuable real
watch the film, the interviews we do with Rotten Apple is actually on. So they have a pool in their back, or had a pool in their backyard. At some point, haunting became so big that they decided to fill the pool with props and everything, and then build an entire covered deck thing, and then fill that with props and stuff. And what we were doing the interviews on top of was their swimming pool. It was the deck that they built on top of their pool.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I said, we got some new comments here. So let's see. Hi from Australia, Terry Lee, Australia. Good day. How's it going?
I mean, I have family in Australia, so we'll turn it all around. Why not?
That's amazing. One of my good friends lives in Toowoomba, just outside of Brisbane. He actually sent me a home haunt video there a couple years ago. So home haunts are worldwide. They're not just...
I mean, when are we going to go to Australia
They're
and
not
film
just
a
here.
home haunt?
Maybe sooner than you think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll tease that for...
Yeah, we'll tease that for later.
Okay. Cool. So let me bring up my notes here and get away from the comments for just a second. Like we said before, haunt season is here. So we figured this was a great time to start the podcast. We were actually supposed to start a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it just got insane. Couldn't finish building. Couldn't finish doing everything. Had to
if you guys
push.
would have saw the beginning of this, it was one little GoPro and nothing. And if you were to see the setup now, it actually looks like something that Josh would do. If you've seen the movie, you've seen all the stuff. So it went from something like, oh, let's just have a conversation, talk about some home haunt stuff to
It gets a little crazy. Like this is the the story we just posted. I wonder if you guys can see this. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing this TV with a bunch of camera feeds, and there's a bunch of lights up here, and there's 3 GoPros all the way across. And then that's not even including the ATEM Mini, which is what we're running all the live stream stuff into, the soundboard, a separate computer, my iPad, and then all the background lights. Like there's 4, 5, 6 different lights back here lighting all this all.
You can now understand why it was an additional 2 weeks.
Yeah, and 6 years to make the film because it's Anyway, I go overboard. But yeah, haunt season. Haunt season is officially here. Starts this week. We're in Orlando, Florida right now.
Yes.
And is it September 3rd?
I think so.
Halloween Horror Nights
Halloween Horror Nights opens up.
That's crazy.
You know what?
It's here.
Yeah, like you got to experience Halloween Horror Nights before the pandemic, right? And you got to enjoy what was the Halloween Horror Nights out here. But I moved out here during the pandemic, and unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy it. Right?
Yeah, I got to go to the 2019, so the last actual happening Halloween Horror Nights here in Orlando.
Yeah, and aren't they like claiming this year last year didn't exist? Like they're making it.
They're skipping it. So last year was technically the 30th anniversary. This is now the 30th anniversary. So if anyone's wondering why we're bringing up Halloween Horror Nights here in Universal in Orlando, it's a really big deal. So you get like Not Scary Farm, Halloween Horror Nights out here. These are some of like the big staples in the haunt world, the haunt community. Like I know MHP Murder House Productions is hopefully coming out in the next couple of weeks. We're supposed to hang out here soon just to come to Halloween Horror Nights. So it should be a good time. But yeah, no, they open on the 3rd. Now they've announced some interesting COVID restrictions. They're apparently adding plexiglass into the mazes. They're doing some tarp something.
Yeah, it's like a clear plastic tarp that's supposed to be between you and the scare zones. I don't
understand. I know there's a lot of people who are really annoyed about it. They're really upset about it. There's people canceling their tickets and they're not going anymore. I don't know. We'll figure that out. I'm curious to see what some of the home haunters do this year.
I think so too. I think that's the bigger question for me, right? Because ultimately, we know what to expect from Halloween Horror Nights, right? We know what to really expect from that. But what is the community? What are the home haunting community? What are they going to implement? And how are they going to transitioned from what they used to do to now. I really am excited to see that.
I am, and I'm curious to see. Like I was talking with Diane from Rotten Apple this morning, or this afternoon, and they today were moving flats and doing the whole transition from storage into yards so they can really start building. And I'm curious to see what they do, because last year they did it was insane, but they did basically a yard display show type thing. There was no full maze. So I think this year they're doing a full maze. I wasn't at Midsummer Scream's Spirits Awaken the Spirits, and so I didn't get to hear any of the panels. I'm very sad about that. So they may have said what they're doing, and I don't know. But we'll talk to them maybe next week or the week after, hopefully. The way this podcast is going to go is the first half is going to be us just sort of jibber-jabbering, and then the last half we're going to interview home hunters every single week, get some cool behind-the-scenes stuff. Maybe some insight and some pictures into some of the things that they're gonna be doing there. See what's coming. We'll see. But yeah, so haunt season is here. Super excited for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm again really curious to see what these home hunters do. It's easier to have less people go through a home haunt.
It is. I just feel like they're gonna have more freedom. Honestly, like I think like one of the biggest things is like I feel like when you look at like Halloween Horror Nights, there's an expectation, right? There's an expectation of how.
Cheers, by the way.
Yeah. There's like an expectation of like how they expect it to be, and then they have to have like all the safety protocols, right? And then I know home haunters take into consideration their guests that are coming through their home haunts, but you're gonna have a little bit more freedom, I feel, to do some things that maybe you haven't done before. Maybe
it's going to be
change
interesting.
some things up. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
So Van Oaks Props was just saying in the chat that there are over 100 listings currently on SoCal Haunt List.
Really?
Yeah, already there's over 100 listings. Halloween is happening this year.
I think whether or not anybody wants it to happen. I mean, I know I want it to happen, but I mean, it's happening.
Yeah, it's 100% happening.
Yeah.
So just be safe. That's all I have to say. Whatever you
Please.
feel about everything, just be safe. We're not going to get into that. We're going to keep this as politically free as possible.
That's
So,
100%.
but if anybody follows me on Facebook personally, you know how I feel. So that's as far as we'll go into that. But yeah,
I had sound effects. I would have just laid down the sound effect right there.
we have two, but we won't play them.
No.
We have a couple sound effects. This is one thing. Like I said, this podcast is going to expand and it's going to change. We literally have a sound effects board and a bunch of other stuff. So eventually we'll get into that. Haunt season, really curious to see what the home hunters do. We'll get into that soon. I know that there's a lot more of these full-on ride systems
Oh my goodness.
being built right now. If anybody is curious to check out a really crazy looking ride system, you need to go follow. Oh god, we were just looking at them like a quick minute ago at Chamber of Souls.
Chamber of Souls.
On Instagram. They're building a full-size recreation of the Haunted Mansion in their backyard, like doom buggies. The track, it's lifted off the ground. You get on their deck because the track is so high. You actually have like a platform to get into, and most of it's gonna be enclosed. They're building walls around it.
It made me excited. It made me want to, like, I get excited when I go to like theme parks and stuff, and I go to Halloween and all that kind of stuff. It's like take my money kind of situation. It's kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
Like, can I just fly there now? I want to go now.
All
Like,
my money. Take all my
you
money.
can take it all. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to go. I don't care what it is. Yeah. Please check that out, guys. I think you guys will find that the attention to detail already, and we haven't even seen.
And all
the
it is the
flats.
track and the doom buggy, like one doom buggy and the track, and it blows my mind.
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
ridiculous.
And then I know Kobold Haunter, they do the Monsters of Mayhem. There's a video on our YouTube channel. It's actually our most viewed video ever. That Haunter group is working on another ride system this year that's going to be insane. They're going to be on in a couple of weeks to check that out.
Excited.
And then there's another haunter who's doing a ride system. I can't remember the name of their haunt at the moment. I'm a terrible person. It is Springwood Manor. They're doing another ride system. So these ride systems are popping up more and more.
I feel like that's a part of this expansion. I think it's a part of the expansion of the haunting community, right? Because I feel like it gives a whole nother layer to the ride. Like, you can't go anywhere, right? You're on this ride system, and where are you going to go once you're in the middle of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't escape
You're
it.
locked in. It gives
Yeah.
like this another
Yes.
like another aspect of fear
does.
because you can't bounce back and forth on your own.
No.
Like, you're going forward whether you like it or not.
And it's only one speed, folks. Like, it's just, there's no
Exactly.
button you get to push, like no emergency exit.
No,
button.
it's great.
No,
But it's also a testament, I think, to how the community, the haunt community itself, shares information.
Yes.
You know, because the first one I heard of, I actually found, I can't remember his name. He's in Orange County. I know Justin Scard on his Random Land channel has a video with him. In Orange County, he built a ride system in his garage, and he was actually going to be a part of Epic Home Haunts in the original cast. Long story short, a little behind the scenes, there were actually 9 haunters originally in the film, and through just different things, different scheduling conflicts or legal conflicts with things we could not show, we ended up with just 4, which I think ended up being the perfect number for this film. And we'll get into this film and some other little teaser tidbits in a second. But I think all these ride systems popping up is a nice testament to the community and how they share information.
Yes.
It's an open source community of people who embrace anybody who wants to join and is willing to share all of their knowledge. And you're seeing that now, I think, with all of these different ride system ride vehicle haunts, dark ride haunts, I guess you'd call them. I don't know.
Yeah, dark ride.
I mean, they're still home haunts, and it's still a haunt, but it's not a walkthrough. It's more of a dark ride.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, what really, I don't know. I think it's like it's the perfect open source for the home haunting community. You know, like what you're doing in the sense of what Epic Home Haunts originally did was it opened up the eyes to people to see what is behind the scenes, right? Mm-hmm. So who knows, right? Who knows what that will do moving forward in the future? But I think that it is a binding thing, and it's open source. You're like you said, so everybody can see what the person is doing, and then they try and one up the next person. And
yeah, well, that's another
that's
thing,
how
yeah.
I feel. Like
Yeah.
I just saw something that just got one upped. Like, how do you?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because a lot of these ride systems have been more or less the old school dark ride, like fair style buggy cars. And you hit the doors in front of you and they open up, kind of thing. A lot like what Kobo Haunter did on our channel, and those are really great. But this Haunted Mansion one is a very smooth track base, not like track isn't like a center track, but like a roller coaster track. Yeah. It's a Haunted Mansion. It moves, it can stop, it'll let you out, but it's very smooth and it's not like an old dark ride. So it's kind of one-upping that idea of a dark ride in your garage, right? And it's their entire backyard. Go check out their Instagram
Yes.
page. We're definitely making it up there. Definitely this year. Fingers crossed.
Oh. If I have
to
my
be able to
choice,
film.
then yeah.
Yeah, we really want to go up there and film this year with them. So hopefully we get there. And we can show you guys a full mini doc on the YouTube channel. Hopefully by the end of the year. So yeah, that I'm super excited for that. Super excited for a lot of haunts. There's a bunch of local home haunts here in Florida. There's a ton in California. There's a whole bunch all over the country and the world. Really, there's some in the UK, there's some in Australia that we know about. So the haunting itself has really expanded, and that's and it's kept expanding. That's one of the big reasons why we want to continue Epic Home Haunts. We want to keep this platform alive for home haunters to continue to share their work, to speak out, and to basically share their art with the world. Right? That's a big part. That's why we do it.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it. Honestly, like, what other way do you do this? You spotlight the things that people are doing,
right?
But because you're passionate about it, it not only grows inside you and it grows inside the community, but it also gives it a chance to reach other people, right? Maybe
Correct.
people that have never seen it.
Right.
A friend says, "Hey, have you ever ridden the Haunted Mansion ride?" Well, yeah, this guy, somewhere built one in his backyard.
Yeah, this guy in the Midwest has one that goes around his entire backyard. It's insane. You should go check it out. Here's the video. And then they might go, "Oh, well, I want to do that." And then they're going to do it. It's fantastic.
It's great.
Speaking of, if you have a haunt and we don't know about it, shoot us an email.
Yeah.
It's contact@epichomehaunts.com. We'll put it up here on the screen. We want to know who you are. We want to know what you're doing. contact@epichomehunts.com. Just in the subject title, just put like home haunter and whatever the name of your haunt is, so that we can see who you are and just make sure we catalog it for future video and for reference for us. Because we're definitely looking for more haunts all around the world for things that are going to be coming. We'll show you in a little bit.
Who doesn't want to go to more home haunts? Honestly, who doesn't want to go to more?
I would like to always. Just my life should just be home haunts. Haunting in general.
For 6 years, it almost was. So I think that you've proved that it's possible. But
yeah, year-round Halloween.
Expand.
Year-round Halloween. That's what I want. I mean, like this stuff is up. This is like our office, right? So this is our production office. Like behind Andy, you guys are literally saying that is our camera charging wall. Like that is what that is. Like this is literally our office. We just kind of plopped our live stream table in the middle of the office, right? All our gear is over here, all that kind of stuff. So all these Halloween things, these are all up. This is in our office normally. Like my house is completely Halloween all the time. So we're Halloween weirdos.
The first thing he did when he moved in was put up all of his Halloween posters.
They're everywhere. They're all over. I mean, can you even see it? That's the one of the Halloween Horror Nights posters from last year when they didn't open. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. But yeah, so let's get into some of the stuff that's coming here and what we've been working on. One of the things, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, this live stream is going to happen every week, but you're not going to be able to just watch it. You will be able to watch the edited version. So we'll edit out all of our lame banter if it doesn't work out, or and that kind of stuff. But what we're going to end up doing is after this episode, all the future podcasts will be recorded and edited. This one will just be up on YouTube this week for everybody to see. But after this week, they're all going to be re-edited down and they're going to be published publicly. However, this live stream is not going to be public. It is only going to be for Epic Home Haunts YouTube members. That's going to launch a little bit later this week. The reason why we're launching these members, these paid memberships, which is what it is, you will see in a little bit, is all as part of a bigger plan. It's all going to come together. Trust me. I like this mic. I can hello.
Yeah, it does sound kind of ominous.
In a world.
Yeah, really.
So, these are brand new podcast mics for us. So the way the membership is going to work, we have two different levels of membership. So we have a $4.99 per month membership and a $9.99 per month membership. The $4.99 membership, you get a bunch of loyalty badges and emojis you can use in the chat room and that kind of stuff. But you get access to this what will become a member-only live stream every single week. So it'll be a place only for Home Haunt members to watch live, to chat, to interact. And this show will continue where the podcast leaves off. So there will be extra things on this live stream that are only for members that the normal public will not get to see. Extended interviews, behind the scenes things, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, make sure you're a member of the YouTube Epic Home Haunts membership community. Other things you're going to get on YouTube, we'll have photo updates, status updates, video updates about everything we're doing. Whenever we travel, we're going to be posting a bunch of behind the scenes stuff on our YouTube channel only for YouTube Epic Home Haunts members. So if you like the kind of stuff, that's where you're going to get it. And then there's going to be member-only live chats. So there'll be chats that are only for members, like when we premiere new videos and things like that. If you don't want to be a part of the normal public, you can chat with only members. Then there is the $9.99 a month Haunter member is what we're calling it. So we have the Haunt Fan and the Haunter member. Or the Haunter, and that's what our memberships are called. Obviously, it includes everything from the previous Haunt Fan, $4.99 a month package. Is that what we're going to call it? I don't know, membership. But there's a few other things. We are working on an Epic Home Haunts website, which is going to not only be a directory of different home haunts around the country and around the world, but we'll have different merchandise things there, things you can buy and things like that. So there'll be discounts on that kind of stuff if you're interested in getting that kind of stuff. That's kind of like the lower end perk. One of the bigger perks is we are filmmakers and nerds of all sorts. So one of the things that I continually do is record and create assets that could be used in film, but I record a lot of assets and make a lot of assets that could be used for haunters, whether they're audio assets, music assets, video assets, that kind of stuff. So the Haunter group, we're going to start giving away those assets for free. Every month there'll be a little pack of them, whether it's a rain pack, a weather pack of thunder and rain, or it's sound effects of like tools or buzz saws or cutting things or squishy noises, or video packs of like green screen, shadow things you can project on a wall, whatever it is. And you guys can ask us for stuff, and we can make custom assets as well. But we're going to start giving those away every single month. Not a ton of stuff, but we're going to start giving away stuff.
But a little bit of stuff over a long period of time
It adds up. It adds up. And it's really high quality stuff. So I've been recording Thunder here in Florida for the last 2 years, and I have got some amazing Thunder audio. So we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm super excited for the asset part of this, because I really want to try and help homeowners all around the country. And if we have something we can give you that'll make your haunt even better, awesome. Then one of the biggest things is we're going to be doing member-only haunt tours. So whenever we go film, we're going to go live, not at every single haunt, but at certain haunts, we're going to go live on YouTube. So this is one reason why we wanted to start this podcast now and get this out now, because when haunt season comes at the end of October, home haunt season comes, and we're out traveling around filming everywhere, we want to make sure that there's you guys had enough time and knew about these memberships to be able to get on these live streams. So if you can't make it out to a bunch of home haunts or see a bunch of the art haunts, we're going to go live at a bunch of these only for the Haunter members who want to see it. And we might get behind the scenes tours, we might get a whole bunch of other stuff. In addition to that, the thing we're most excited for is we're going to be working on Epic Home Haunts member meetups at some of these home haunts. So if you want literal physical behind the scenes tours with the haunters in certain areas, probably a lot of LA is where it's going to start.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do some here in Florida maybe as well. But we're going to start doing meetups with Epic Home Haunts Haunter members for member-only haunt tours. I think that's going to be super exciting, super fun. I cannot wait to start doing that. Perfect, Ryan. We will look at your email and get back to you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sending us an email about your haunt. If you guys are watching and you do have a haunt, we want to know about it, just in case you didn't hear us earlier. Shoot us an email. We'll put it up on screen right now. It is contact@epichomehaunts.com. We want to know if you have a haunt, what you're up to, what you're doing. Shoot us an email. Love to hear from you. Cool. So those are the two levels of haunt members, Epic Home Haunts YouTube members. We're going to continually add stuff and change these and move them around, but it's $5 a month or $10 a month. And all of those funds go towards helping us continue to do certain things. I think we've gone through pretty much everything. So, let's see what we've been up to recently and what we're going to be working on over the next couple of years. Let's give you guys a little look-see. There it is. It's out of the box. We are officially working on Epic Home Haunts Chapter 2. Have been for years, actually. We've been working on this for like a year and a half already. But we are officially working on a Chapter 2 for Epic Home Haunts. It is coming out, I don't know, hopefully in the next couple years. It's going to be a little while.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I think you hit on that I think people will hopefully understand is, I'll speak on Josh's behalf, because the first time when he did Epic Home Haunts the first time around, right, it was 6 years of constant travel and constant movement around the state of California. And, it was self-funded. He did it all by himself as far as funding it. And I really do like,
it was very expensive.
Yeah, it wasn't a cheap adventure. This is going to help bring that alive. It's going to help bring Chapter 2 to people. Like, I don't want to wait 6 years
No.
I don't want to wait 6 years.
I don't want to work on it for 6 more years.
No. I don't want to wait 6 years, and I don't want people to have to wait 6 years, because some of the ideas that are being thrown around and some of the people that are already in contact, some of the stuff that's already happening, guys, is very, very. It makes me happy. I want to be a part of it, even more so now than ever before. And I think that just what we're looking for is the support to get it done. And the only way that happens is having you guys be a part of this amazing community.
Yeah, and so that's what we were kind of hinting at with these YouTube memberships. That's one way that we're looking to fund a sequel. I'm mildly opposed to doing a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because I want to have, I don't know, to me, Kickstarter feels a little disingenuous at times. Whether you're going to get something, you're not going to get something, is what you're getting worth what you're paying or what you're donating. So we're trying to offer something that we know we can charge for, but then take all of those funds and dive them directly back into a sequel film.
Yeah, I want to work for the people, right? If you're working for the people and you're making something for the people, then ultimately, the whole time it's not about just somebody who donated a ton of money or went in and has a special they want to see something specific, right? So I would just say that that's what it's about for me.
Yeah.
It's about seeing everybody get involved, and everything that comes about with all of this is going to come from the people, and we need to work for that.
Yeah.
So it's not free. Nothing's free, right?
No, the first one was very expensive. I won't get into details. I've discussed a little bit before about how expensive it was, but it was very expensive. The sequel is going to be even more. I can give you guys a little bit of a hint of what we're working on, what we've been doing, and where this is going. But I'm not going to get to too many potential spoilers. So, first film was 4 Haunters over 2 years.
Yeah.
The reason why it took us 6 years is we had to do a bunch of searching, figuring out what we were doing, how we were doing it, who we were shooting, and then there was about 1.5 years or so, 2 years of post-production. This next film is not just LA, so we are going coast to coast, the entire country. Yeah. And we're looking at upwards of 40 different haunters at the moment. So it's going to be big. It's going to be a lot bigger than the first film. It's a little daunting because the first film was so expensive and it was all in one location. Now we're like, let's do the entire country. It'll be so much easier.
Why not?
It's going to be obnoxiously difficult. But the whole idea is to really show how home hunting has progressed, where it's going and where it could go in the future. Epic Home Hunts, I guess we'll call it Chapter 1 from now on, was really about what the community is, and kind of giving everyone a baseline, a foundation to then build on for future films.
True.
And so this is just the next chapter. That's why it's Chapter 2 in this story of home hunters and home hunting and how it's progressing and where it potentially will go in the future. And we're already seeing that, like we were talking about earlier, we're already seeing that with a lot of these dark ride builds and things like that.
Yeah.
Home hunting is blowing up in so many different ways, and it's growing into things that I don't think people even really thought it would ever be.
Yeah, I would say so. Honestly, I don't
think anybody ever thought there was going to be a full tracked Haunted Mansion recreation in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to the one that we did 2 years ago, right? That was the first time I had ever seen something like that in a home. Somebody put, you're
talking about Cobalt Hunter, Monsters of
Mayhem.
Yeah.
I never thought that was something.
Yeah.
Right? And
to the level that they did it with the straight up control board and cameras and positioning trackers and the whole thing.
And everything was synced to tracking and the effects and everything. So again, like I'm saying, like this is just something that is going to evolve and keep evolving. And we want to stay on top of the evolution and try to provide you with evolution, right?
Yeah.
Like not just, I don't want to talk about the past because the past is what the past is.
Yeah.
This laid the foundation Chapter 1 laid the foundation to what Chapter 2 is going to really expand on.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to see where it goes.
Right.
I can't wait to see who's going to be in it. I've already talked to a number of haunters, so that we can't talk about. Not going to release any of the names of the people who are potentially going to be in it. Probably won't do that for a long, long time. But we are definitely working on it, and we'll see. We'll see how we distribute it. This one, the Epic Home Months Chapter 1, isn't on disc. It's only on Amazon. Well, it is on iTunes. Long story short, we had a distributor kind of screw us, and so we don't see any profit from iTunes. So we only see profit from Amazon. So we're only going to be putting this on Amazon. But we don't know where the next one's going to go. We don't know how it's going to be distributed. We even actually already have. So you can only watch Epic Home Months in HD right now. This whole film was shot and delivered in 4K.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see it in.
Yeah, so you've seen it, I think, in 4K.
I saw it at the movie theater.
Oh, and you saw it in a theater.
I saw it in the theater in 4K.
There was a few people who got to see it in the theater. Andy was one of them. And so Chapter 2 is definitely going to have a bunch more theater runs.
Yep.
We'll do some like double features, first and second one. There's going to be a lot of stuff with the sequel. And you can continually look at this podcast for updates. We'll probably end up releasing the first trailer at Midsummer Scream, not next year, but maybe the year after. We'll see when that happens. Midsummer Scream and us are very close, so there's going to be a lot of stuff through Midsummer Scream. All that being said, there's a lot going on. There's a lot more that we're working on. There's a lot more stuff that's happening, but that's what we're doing right now, and that's as much as we can say currently. Check out the memberships. They should come out Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll post a whole video about them when they come out and how you guys can subscribe to them. Like I said, it's everything. Literally all the monetization from this channel, all the membership stuff, everything goes directly into Epic Home Months Chapter 2.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys if you're interested in the behind the scenes of the making of Chapter 2, the $9.99 Haunters members are going to get the most updates, but the $4.99 will get photos and status updates of us on the road and that kind of thing. And we are going to do an entire behind the scenes something with Chapter 2. We're going to vlog style the entire production. So I don't know what that's going to become yet. I don't know if we're going to post vlogs or if we're going to create like a behind the scenes full on documentary film. I don't know what we're going to do, but
hey, you never know. Kill two birds, one stone.
Who knows? Yeah, something's good. There's going to be something big with it. So, awesome. This podcast, like I said, every single week, members only for the live streams. Otherwise, it'll come out probably Wednesdays on YouTube and then on more than likely every other podcast platform known to man. Make sure you guys check that out. I can't tell you who next week's going to be, but check out later this week on Instagram. You guys will see who the guest is going to be next week. We've already scheduled a couple of weeks, so yeah, we got things going. Awesome. This is fun. This is good.
Yeah, I think the point was made. I think that was the major part of this. I think we've been able to just highlight the point, which was really Epic Home Months Chapter 2.
It all is leading to Chapter 2. Everything is leading towards Epic Home Months Chapter 2 because of the fact that it's needs money basically, and we don't want to Kickstarter it. We want to try to fundraise through here and memberships and giving back to the community as much as we can. So that's what we're doing. Actually, let's leave out by playing that little teaser thing one more time. And then we will say good day to everybody. So next week, like we said, if you guys want to check out the live stream, got to be a Epic Home Months YouTube member. It is $4.99 for the basic membership, $9.99 for the Haunter membership. Those will announce Tuesday, Wednesday. If you guys do have a haunt, try to send us an email. If you guys can you put up the email there on screen for us? It is contact@epichomehaunts.com. Send us an email if you're a haunter. We want to know what you guys are doing, what you're up to, where you are. Send us pictures, send us video. We are absolutely interested in everything you guys are doing and whatever updates you have. You can always check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and you can DM us there and tag us in anything you guys want, and we'll probably repost it because we repost everything. But that being said, thank you, Andy, for joining.
Of course. It's always fun.
I'm Josh Quillen, and
Andrew Van Dyke.
we'll see
We're
you
out.
guys next week.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
Later.
Bye, guys.